My name is Clara. I'm 38 years old, and I never imagined I'd find myself in this situation. My husband texted, "Staying at Sam's tonight. Just some bro time." I replied, "Enjoy." Then I checked his location. He was at a cabin 200 miles away. When I showed up at the door with divorce papers and found him with his personal trainer, I got the text while eating leftover pizza in front of the TV. Husband, "Staying at my friend's tonight, babe. Girl talk and wine. Don't wait up for me. Have fun. Normal stuff." His friend lived nearby. They did this maybe once a month. I figured I'd play video games and enjoy the quiet, except I got bored after about an hour and remembered we had that location sharing thing on our phones. He'd insisted on it last month after some true crime podcast freaked him out. "Just in case something happens to either of us," he'd said. "Not suspicion, just boredom." The little dot wasn't at his friend's house. It was showing some spot about 200 miles away, middle of nowhere near a lake. I stared at it, refreshed. Still there. That's weird. I thought maybe the app was glitching. Then I remembered our credit card synced to an app. Opened it. Recent charge $450. Some cabin rental company posted yesterday. Another charge $195. Fancy restaurant in the same area posted 2 hours ago. My stomach dropped. I pulled up his trainer's Instagram. This woman he'd been working with for the past year since he got really into fitness. She posted a story a few hours back. Sunset photo location tag matched where his dot was showing. Oh. I sat there for maybe 10 minutes just processing. Then something in me went cold and logical. Grabbed my laptop, Googled divorce lawyers, found one with good reviews, and filled out the consultation form. Then I looked at that location again. Dot again. 4-hour drive. Packed a bag, stopped at a 24-hour print shop, had them print every screenshot, the location, the charges, his text, her Instagram, all of it. Cost like $35. Got in the car and started driving. Arrived around 1 o'clock in the morning, found the cabin. His car was there, her car right next to it, some expensive sports car she probably couldn't actually afford. Took photos of everything. Then I called the rental company's emergency line. "Hi, I need to report fraudulent use of my credit card. Someone rented a cabin without my authorization." The agent hesitated. "Ma'am, if it's a joint card, I'm the primary holder. I didn't authorize this charge. I need it canceled and the guests removed." Long pause. "We can cancel, but there's no refund, and the guests will need to vacate immediately." Perfect. Hung up and waited in my car. About 20 minutes later, lights came on. The door opened. My husband came out in a bathrobe looking annoyed. The trainer was behind him, shirtless. They were arguing with someone, probably the property manager. I got out of my car, walked into the light from the porch. My husband saw me and literally froze mid-sentence. "Hey, babe," I said. "How's girl talk?" He couldn't speak, just stood there with his mouth open. The trainer tried stepping forward. "Look, ma'am, we can explain." "Don't care. Not talking to you." Looked at my husband. "I've got screenshots of everything. Your location, the credit card charges you made without telling me, her Instagram post, your text lying about where you were, all of it." I can explain," he started. "Nope. I've got a lawyer consultation in a few hours. You can explain to them. All communication goes through lawyers from now on." The property manager cleared his throat. "Folks, I need you to vacate. The reservation's canceled." "They're all yours," I said. Turned back to my husband. "Enjoy finding a hotel at 1 o'clock a.m. Got in my car and left. Drove 4 hours back home while my hands shook the entire time. Update 1. The last 2 weeks have been absolutely insane. Got home that morning and went straight to the lawyer consultation. Showed her everything. She looked at the evidence and actually smiled. "This is pretty clear cut. He used marital funds for an affair. That helps us tremendously." Filed for divorce that same day. Had him served at the gym 3 days later. Yeah, I made sure the process server caught him there with her. Petty, maybe satisfying. Absolutely. He showed up at the house that afternoon. I'd already changed the locks. Lawyer's recommendation. Heard his key trying the lock, then pounding. "Open this door right now." I talked through the Ring camera. "You can pick up your essentials tomorrow afternoon. Schedule it with my lawyer." "You can't lock me out. This is my house too." "You left. You stayed at your mom's place for the last 3 days. You established residence elsewhere. But hey, call the cops if you think I'm wrong. They'll explain it to you." He called them. 2 cops showed up an hour later. I showed them the divorce filing, explained the situation calmly, showed them his text with the date stamp. The older cop looked exhausted. Ma'am, this is civil. You need to handle it through your lawyers. You can't force your way back in during a divorce proceeding. He's making me homeless. You've been staying at your mother's house for 3 days. You have a residence. They left. He screamed at them from the driveway about abuse and abandonment. They ignored him. The next day, his mother showed up. This woman never liked me anyway, so I knew this was going to be fun. She didn't knock, just started screaming through the door. You monster! Open this door and face me like a man. Through the camera, I said, not interested in talking to you. My daughter made one mistake and you're destroying his life. One mistake is forgetting an anniversary. This was lying, cheating, and spending our money on it. That's a series of choices. He loves you. He's devastated. He spent 3 days at a cabin with another woman. I'm sure he cried the whole time. You'll pay for this. We'll take everything from you. Cool. See you in court. He stayed out there yelling for like half an hour before finally leaving. Then came the legal demands. His lawyer sent a letter wanting me to move out of the house, him to have exclusive use during the divorce, $3,500, monthly temporary support, both cars, we had 2, both titled in my name, full custody of our dog. My dog that I'd had for 7 years before we even met. My lawyer actually laughed reading it. The entitlement was remarkable. His response letter was basically, absolutely not. Discover how much he actually contributed financially. He can get a job and we're keeping the dog because it's hers. But here's where things got really interesting. I got a call from my bank. Someone tried to transfer $15,000 out of our joint account to a new external account. The bank flagged it as suspicious. Freeze it, I said. Remove his access entirely. We're divorcing and he just tried to steal money. They put a hold on everything pending legal paperwork. My phone exploded. His friends, his sister, everyone messaging me. You froze him out of the bank account. How is he supposed to survive? He tried to steal $15,000. He can survive at his mother's house. You're being cruel and vindictive. He cheated on me with his trainer using my money. I'm being protective of my assets. Big difference. Then, and this is the best part, the trainer called me. Ma'am, you gotta chill out. He's going through a really hard time because of you. I almost laughed. He's going through a hard time. I'm the problem? You're being a jerk about this whole thing. Just be cool and let him have some money to get on his feet. Let me get this straight. You slept with my husband while he was married to me, and now you want me to give him money? I mean, he needs help right now. You're his wife, soon to be ex-wife because of him and you. Mostly him, but you definitely helped. Whatever, ma'am. You're just bitter. Oh, one more thing. I filed a complaint with the gym's corporate office. Sleeping with married clients violates the employment contract. Thought you should know. You what? Hung up. I had actually filed the complaint that morning. Sent them all the evidence. Photos of them at the cabin, Instagram posts, everything. 2 days later, they fired her, terminated for violating professional conduct policies. When my husband found out, he lost it. 30-something angry texts from different numbers before I blocked them all. The best one, you got her fired. What is wrong with you? This is psychotic. I sent one reply. She violated company policy by sleeping with a married client. That's on her. All communication goes through lawyers. Blocked him completely after that. Update 2. About a month since cabin night, the entitlement has reached absolutely absurd levels. We had a court hearing about his emergency motion to access the house. He showed up with his mother and sister, all dressed like they were going to a funeral. Maximum sympathy play. His lawyer gave this whole speech about how I cruelly locked him out without warning, denied him access to belongings, and was hoarding marital assets. Then my lawyer stood up and handed the judge a packet. Your Honor, my client's husband told her he was staying at a friend's house for girl talk. He was actually at a rented cabin 4 hours away with his personal trainer, paid for with marital funds. When confronted, he voluntarily stayed at his mother's house. That's not being locked out. That's leaving. The judge looked at my husband. Is this accurate? He was crying. I made a mistake. She's been emotionally distant for months. That's not what I asked. Did you go to this cabin with another woman while telling your wife something else? Yes, but I was confused, and I stayed at my mother's residence afterward. I needed time to process. Motion denied. He established residence elsewhere. File a proper motion if you want property access. Next case. His lawyer tried to argue. The judge shut him down immediately. Outside the courthouse, his mother completely lost it. "You liar! You manipulated the judge!" I presented facts. "Your daughter lied and got caught. He's suffering. Don't you care?" "That's not the same thing," his sister jumped in. "You've always been controlling. You watch everything he does." I literally found out he was cheating by accident. "I wasn't watching anything, but thanks for admitting you've been painting me as the villain for a while." They kept screaming, but I just left. That afternoon, my husband showed up at my office. Security called me. "Ma'am, there's a man in the lobby claiming to be your husband. Says it's an emergency. We're divorcing." "There's no emergency. Please remove him." He said, "You have my medication and I need it urgently." I went down there. He was full of tears, makeup running everywhere. "I need my anxiety medication. It's at the house. Please, I'm having panic attacks. Text me the prescription info. I'll have it delivered to my mom's address. I need my clothes too, my makeup, my stuff. Make a list. Send it to my lawyer. We'll schedule a supervised pickup." "Why are you being so heartless? Don't you care about me at all anymore?" Here's where I should have walked away, but I was tired. 9 years with him. I let him quit his job to find himself. Then he cheated on some woman barely 30, lied to my face, spent our money, and tried to steal $15,000. No, I don't care about him anymore. I care about protecting myself. Security escorted him out while he screamed about me being a narcissist. But wait, it gets better. My lawyer discovered another bank account during financial discovery, one I didn't know about. He'd opened it 2 years ago and been moving money from our joint account into it, small amounts here and there, totaling almost $19,000. His lawyer tried claiming it was personal savings. My lawyer countered, "Marital funds moved without disclosure. That's dissipation of assets." The judge agreed, ordered all accounts disclosed, and froze that one too. My husband completely melted down, calling from random numbers. "You're taking everything. I have nothing. You have whatever you personally earned. Nothing. You quit your job 6 months ago. I worked for our marriage. I took care of the house. You went to the gym and did yoga. That's not a job. I deserve financial support." "You'll get whatever the court says you get, which probably includes that $19,000 you hid," I replied. He was still screaming when I hung up. The gym's corporate investigation into the trainer expanded. It turned out she'd done this before with at least 2 other married clients. My complaint opened up a whole investigation. She was completely done in the industry. Somehow my husband found out and tried blaming me for ruining her life and his. I sent one final text. "You both ruined your own lives. I just stopped protecting you from the consequences. Enjoy." Then I blocked him everywhere permanently. My lawyer told me to go full no contact. I was winning. Don't give them ammunition. So there I was, a month in. Legal fees already over $10,000. Exhausting and expensive. But every time I thought about being reasonable, I remembered him in that bathrobe at the cabin, her behind him, after he'd lied to my face and spent our money. Nope, he made his bed. He could lie in it with or without her, who apparently wasn't returning his calls anymore either. 7 months since that night, the divorce was finalized last week. The settlement process was brutal. He fought everything, every asset, every expense, every detail. His lawyer kept filing motions, asking for delays, trying to drag it out forever. Cost me another $14,000 in legal fees on top of the initial amount. Finally, the judge got fed up and set a firm trial date. That's when his lawyer apparently explained what would happen. All evidence would become public record. The affair, the hidden account, the attempted theft, everything. The settlement offer came 2 weeks before trial. Final terms. House sold. After paying the mortgage, we each got about $82,000. He wanted more, claiming he'd invested emotional labor into making it a home. The judge wasn't having it, especially with the hidden $19,000 account. That secret account got counted as advanced distribution of marital assets, meaning he'd already taken his share, reducing what he got from everything else. Spousal support. He wanted $3,500 monthly for 5 years. Judge gave him $1,100 monthly for 18 months, specifically called it rehabilitative support so he could gain employment skills. He cried when that was announced. Cars. We had 2, both titled in my name. He wanted the newer one. Got the older one, a reliable sedan, nothing special. I kept my truck. Retirement. Lost about $38,000 from my 401k in the split. That's just how it works legally. The dog. He fought for my dog, who I'd had for 7 years before we even met. Out of pure spite, I had all the adoption papers, vet records, everything in my name from before the marriage. Judge gave me the dog. He actually sobbed in court over this. Personal debt. Discovered he'd racked up about $7,500 in credit card debt. I didn't know about shopping, restaurants, who knows what else. Judge made him solely responsible for it. So yeah, I lost money. About $38,000 from retirement, nearly $25,000 in legal fees, and I'm paying him about $20,000 total over 18 months. But I got the house equity, my truck, my dog, and freedom. The affair legally didn't matter as much as I'd hoped. We were in a no-fault state, but it definitely influenced the smaller decisions. The judge's face, every time evidence of the affair came up, told me everything I needed to know about how it affected his view of his credibility. The aftermath for him has been interesting. The trainer thing imploded spectacularly after she got fired. She apparently tried making things work with him. Lasted about 5 weeks before she dumped him. Guess the connection wasn't as strong when he didn't have money and she didn't have a job. He's living with his mother, which, according to mutual friends, has been a disaster. Constant fighting. His mother expected him to contribute and get a job. He expected to be taken care of while he recovered from trauma. He did get a job eventually, some retail position making probably $35 or $40K. But the $1 and $100 I'm paying basically doubles his income, the only reason he's surviving. Most of his friends disappeared. Turns out publicly cheating on your spouse doesn't win you a lot of sympathy. The ones who initially supported him quietly backed off when the full story came out. And that gym banned his membership, not because of the trainer situation, but because he caused a massive scene there after she got fired, screaming at staff and throwing equipment. They escorted him out and blacklisted him from the whole chain. As for me, I'm doing all right. Bought a smaller house, nothing fancy, but it's mine. Just me and my dog. Mortgage is way less than before. Even with legal fees and settlement, I'm financially stable. Work promoted me a few months back. When you're not supporting someone who contributes nothing, you can focus on your career. Got a $12,000 raise. Started seeing someone new recently. Taking it very slow. He knows the whole story. His reaction, wait, he cheated on you, lied about it, tried to steal your money, and then played victim. People actually felt sorry for him. Yeah, I like him. Therapy helped too. Took a while to admit I needed it, but working through trust issues with a professional made a difference. Still cautious about relationships, probably always will be, but I'm functional. My ex tried reaching out a few weeks ago through a mutual friend, wanted closure and to apologize properly. I sent back, "We're done. I don't need or want your apology. Move on." Haven't heard from him since. Looking back, would I have done anything different? Maybe I wouldn't have driven to that cabin in the middle of the night. Could have just filed for divorce with the evidence I already had. But something about seeing it with my own eyes, watching his face when he realized he was caught, yeah, there was closure in that. The revenge wasn't elaborate. It was just refusing to be a doormat, not accepting his lies or letting him rewrite history as me being the bad guy. Not giving him continued access to my resources while he figured out his next move, just enforcing boundaries and letting natural consequences happen. He lost his marriage, his home, his financial security, his relationship with the trainer, most of his friends, and his reputation. He's working retail at 35, living with his mother, paying off debt he accumulated during our marriage. Is that enough for me? Yeah. He made choices. Choices have consequences. I just didn't shield him from them. To anyone going through something similar, document everything. Get a good lawyer. Don't engage emotionally with them or their family. Protect your assets. And remember, being the bigger person doesn't mean letting someone walk all over you. The cabin was 7 months ago. The divorce is done. This chapter is closed. Time to actually live my life.